I just received a package from Studio 2 or Studio Z Publishing. I actually don't know which one it is, but it's a box from Mongoose, full of Mongoose Traveler goodies. Let's go ahead and open it up and see what I got today. I'm actually not positive what all is in here. I know one thing because it's been out for a while, but some of this may be recent releases. So let's take a look. I got three things. Packaged quite well. There's a little bit of bubble wrap in there. I always look for damage. Corners look good. Looks like no damage. So let's start at the beginning. I got the adventure, the core adventure number 1, Invasive Species. So my current Traveler campaign, rather than chase pirates or be pirates or be part of the Imperial Navy, the Travelers want to collect species. They are collectors. And so going through and trying to collect these species, this sounds like right up their alley, this adventure, Invasive Species. You are basically hired by the ducal heir of Alekvaden to fly a safari ship, first to Akusanya to obtain specimens of a rare and wild species, and then to Tinia Faber, where the animal is to be deposited into a wildlife preserve. And then hijinks happen. So this sounds like a fun adventure. I've never done adventure set in the core. I will most likely not set this in the core. We are roaming the Spinward Marches, and I'm sure that's where this will take place. So we will run through that. But what I want is, here's information on the safari ship, which sounds spectacular. There's your deck plans. Again, I'm not going to set it in, the Miki subsector. It will be somewhere else. But there's nothing to say I can't just put this world in there and call it something else, or just put it in there and maybe it's not one of the major planets in that system, but it's, your Traveler may vary. Here we go. The Shakurpazi. No, the Shakurzarpi. The Shakurzarpi. Looks like a pretty amazing species to find, some sort of cross between a reptile and maybe a mammal. That'll be pretty fun. But then we're going to find all sorts of other beasts, whether this adventure tells us or not. And then we go to the Duke's Playground. Oh, there we go. Ginkga's Ankyai, Ellaby's Cricket, the Gisildi Enveloper, Gisidi Enveloper, Sylvie's Gray Cat, the Gilash. This all looks fantastic. That's like some sort of, almost like a displacer beast. Sort of thing, just missing a few legs, and of course, razor sharp claws on those, or pads on those tentacles. But this looks like a lot of fun. I think we're gonna skin this adventure for what we want out of it. We're not gonna run it as written. This folding cage and net, this is like exactly the kind of stuff they want in their campaign. So I'm gonna get some good use out of this, just mining it for information and resources. The next thing we've got is the Adventure Class Ships book. And sorry about the nice light ring on the cover here, but you're here for what's inside. This book, this is, 100-ton-ish size ships, Adventure Class ships are sub 2,000-ton vessels. And so you're looking at far traders, free traders, scout ships, yachts, things like that. And this is just going to be like a high guard compendium of different Adventure Class ships. I also have the Elements Class ships box set that has all the blueprints. That's for really big ships. This is going to be kind of for more ships that we're more likely to have, with a small group. That Armed Trader looks awesome. A lot of deck plans. Free Smuggler. Fantastic. I'm just going to kind of skip ahead through some of these. You don't need to see every page. If you order this through Mongoose, you do get the PDF for free, so I always encourage that. PDF is handy just so you've got a reference on the go. It's also pretty easy to clip art out of there for your game, for your private use, not for any sort of commercial use. One thing I guess is, maybe that's how ships would be in the future. They would be boxes or ovals. We kind of get spoiled by the World War II dogfight-esque sort of science fiction of Star Wars and whatnot, where ships look like airplanes and they fight at the same, vector, whereas in space you'd have 360 degrees of vector, and ships are not likely to come in, head on, cockpit to cockpit kind of thing. But it's cool to see ships that look a little, aerodynamic, even though there's no sense for that in space. This prison ferry, that's pretty sweet looking. Not aerodynamic at all, but it's also not just a blob or a box or something. Light reconnaissance ship. There's this ambush frigate. That's just kind of a big rectangle in space, but it doesn't need to be anything else. That's very sleek looking ship design there. Blockade runner. So this just has a ton of these. Boy, look at that deck plan. That just seems like wasted space. There we go. The Starborn Wanderer Traveling Cruiser. That is just fuel in all of that space. So I guess it's not wasted if you're going to use it. But definitely the artwork, begs to be improved a little bit there. Anyway, this is the Adventure class ships book. The last thing I got is the Small Craft catalog. This is going to be your smaller ships, your two-man fighters, things like that. Sub 100 ton vessels. It says a lot on different modules, the missile support module, power module, things like that. Here we are, the cargo shuttle. That advertising boat, that's pretty sweet. Just got billboards on it. Just kind of cruise around, where ships are docked at a starport and advertise. We are never getting away from that, are we? Oh, there you go, automated lifeboat. Hopefully you never have to be in one of those, but seems like that would be a great start to a traveler adventure. Traffic control router, that's pretty awesome. And the fighters, here we go. So again, these look like more aerodynamic sorts of vessels. Never mind. For the most part, they look like aerodynamic vessels. Well, this one looks like a giant rock. This is the system defense rock, which, for stealth purposes, that's great, but, it looks like a giant potato. Then the luxury craft, the yachts and safari ships. Look at that with the big sail on there. So again, just a slew of ships that you can use in your campaign to add some flavor and variety and maybe give your players something that they want. Then you've got the Jordani stuff. What can you find there? As the Fifth Frontier War is gearing up with the Mongoose products, I'm sure we'll see more of that. So anyway, this is my haul for today. Let me know what you think of any of these books. If you've run this adventure, let me know what you thought of the adventure. Or do you get these books for your Traveler campaign, the Adventure class and Small Craft catalog? Do you need them? Absolutely not. But they are great just as a resource and something to kind of trigger your thinking and help you add that variety and flavor to your game. So anyway, I want to thank you for watching. Please be sure to subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff, and we will see you soon.